Oh, hang on, I'm backwards. It shouldn't be like this. It should be like this. That's how we do it. That's why.
And the flesh was
just establishing the beats.
Yeah, so you perform. It's very things that you could do it easily, but of course it took practice.
Yes.
Do you still remember when you were young? When was the first time that you were introduced to music or poetry or something musical that maybe your family played?
Well, the day I fell in love with hip hop, like I'm very perceptive, been like that since I was young. So the most earliest memory I have of hip hop or falling in love with the form is, I'm originally from the west side of Chicago, Holman and Walnut. Me, my cousins, my older cousins. I just remember just sitting on the stoop, one summer afternoon, and lo and behold, the song "Hip Hop Ray" by Naughty by Nature came on, and when I heard it, it was just something like very magical, mystical to me, like the way that the form of speaking truth, your truth, and just peace and love, or your pain into your music. That's what I fell in love with, and that's the most earliest memory I remember.
How old were you then? About?
People wouldn't believe me, but about 3 or 4.
Oh.
About 3 or 4, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Like it's a weird thing. It is a weird thing, but that's what I remember. That's how impactful hip hop is to me. But not just hip hop, the art form of it, the origination of it, and what earlier genres did, or how impactful they were in creating the form.
Right. You could see how like rhythm and blues and other and jazz contributes to hip hop.
Yes, ma'am. And like the breakdown of it, like I really didn't start getting into my side of hip hop until about, I want to say, sophomore year of high school, and that was because I needed an outlet, just to drain the thoughts in my head. I was going through something like the year before, I lost my grandfather. That was kind of impactful to me. So I didn't really have a way of expressing it other than, through words. So at that time, Hot Ones, my cousin, he was, dabbling into the arts as well of recording hip hop. So I thought about it, and I was like, okay, you know what? If I'm going to put myself in this position of wanting to do this art form, I want to know what it is from the ground up. So I took the time to study it. Actually, like the many different artists, one of the most, like, and you can tell in my music too, one of the most impactful artists in my growth was Tupac. Then Biggie, but then even then I had to go further back, to the days of Kool Herc, and down the line Run DMC, Curtis Blow, and it was just something amazing to me that a community, a network of people could, intertwine with each other and connect with each other through just this type of wordplay and wording.
Right.
And that's basically how I fell in love.
Did you use your cousin's recording studio at all? Was it a studio?
It was a studio. At the time, he was working with a well-known artist, engineer by the name of Kevin Corvell James. So, once I was, more established in myself to wanting to record, we set up the meeting and time, and then from there it was just history.
What are the challenges of keeping artist promotion viable, and how do you address these challenges? Because I know that you like promoting other artists as well.
Well, see, the way to keep it viable is to keep the network strong. Really, like I said, how I fell in love with the building and the community of being an artist in the hip hop world like it's just like any other business. You need the network. You need the people to understand you and where you're coming from. So sometimes you got to etch out that lane, carve out that lane. I just spoke with Bill about this earlier. You find the niche in your art, and then you use that niche to connect with other people. To, like I said, build the network, make it a little bit more stronger than what it is.
So the artists that you promote, do they share your niche, or are some of them totally
It's lyrical.
separate?
I mean, yeah, all the artists that I work with are different genres,
Mhm.
all different genres. One artist who, shout out to Davo the Man, he's more hip hop and R&B, so I connect with him about that. Just B, these are all independent artists from Chicago, so shout out to these artists. Young Vet, he's a hip hop artist. And even with that, you got to have the DJs too. The DJs is what helps this network as well. So shout out to my right hand man, DJ Hunt. Me and him as a tag team for this vibe is trying to establish a network and make it, like I said, more strengthened. And with that, sitting down with these artists, I tell them to keep moving, keep outsourcing yourself to the many different vibes. Like DJ Honey's working with Ever Evolved. Shout out with Ever Evolved. I used to work with, or I still work with, Shy City Cypher, Subterranean. These different entities are all people who want to come together to make the art form stronger, especially in Chicago. Like the network in Chicago is it's crazy because it's kind of like the crab in the barrel effect. So building the network and coming together to unify what we all have to say, just vibe with each other is the main point.
You do a lot of work helping the artists get into different venues then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I outsource, like I said, I'm an independent artist, and using my platform, I connect other independent artists to, different outlets and, allow not only myself to fall subject to being a helping hand, but also to strengthen my network as well. Like I'm still grinding. My network is still on the rise. Hashtag Let It Play is my movement. It's part of the Chicago underground entertainment movement. A lot of stuff has been going on.
How did you come up with Lyrical, your stage name?
Well, that's kind of like a breakdown. It's like Latale. It's really Latale, aka Larry the Lyrical. If you think about it, okay, Larry the Lyrical, Latale. Where'd you get Latale? Yeah. A lot to lay down. a lot on the mental, and using that form, or using that breakdown of my name is kind of like a shout out to just the three parts that really, the fewer parts that really got me to this position and helped me establish who I am as an artist.
What three parts?
Well, okay, so Larry the Lyrical breakdown, or La in La Tale, which is Larry. It's kind of like a shout out to my people, my parents. I used to have a pet name, and my mom more than likely, and my grandmother and aunties used to call me Lala or Lala. It's kind of, I had to break that down, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that, and then the T for La Tale is really that's just the bridge, and then Lyrical Lay. I took the Greek wording of lyrical, because that's kind of like a shout out to my fraternity. Shout out to Iota Phi Theta. I'm Alpha Mu chapter, Central State University, and that's basically what it is. It's just a shout out to the people who actually helped me get to where I am as an artist. Kind of a Frankenstein thing.
Do you have members of your fraternity that work with you?
Yes, I actually shout out to my brother Rob, Rob Jackson. He's an artist. He's more of a battle rapper, but he is an artist. He likes doing music, but he's kind of focusing on the battle rap right now. Also, my friend Santana, or my brother Santana, he had a nice single that hit the airwaves of Ohio. And then I have a few producers. I'm actually working on a project now, with a few beats or songs that was established back in the day with these engineers and producers, and I'm looking forward to releasing that project very soon.
Do you have a mentor when you started writing songs?
No, I didn't have a mentor per se. Excuse me. Like I said, I had to study the art form.
Right.
So usually my mentors were, like I said, Tupac and everybody, like breaking down their lives and what really made them become the artists that they were, especially in their customized craft. So, and how they established themselves and how they built themselves up, I kind of use that as a muse or a blueprint.
Do you have a particular message in the art?
Yes, I do. My message is really to, just anybody who feels like the world's against them and, they can't find a way out. They feel like they're boxed in, to keep going, to just keep fighting for what you believe in, what you love. If you feel like, you're slowing down, keep going. If you feel like you're getting tired, keep going. It's just the hustle. It's the hustle. It's the grind. It's like they say in this genre or in this particular part of entertainment, it's 90% hustle, 10% art.
Is there any particular song that exemplifies this message that you wrote?
Yes, actually, and I'm very proud of this song. It's called 32 Degrees. It's a song. It's on SoundCloud and stuff right now, streaming still over 150,000 views still. It's still going strong, but that song to me was like not my climax, or not even like I haven't even hit my peak yet, but that's what that song kind of brought to light. The fact that, you hustle, rain, hail, sleet, or snow to get to where you want to be. And I called it 32 degrees because at one point in Chicago, we had the polar vortex and it was negative 32 degrees every day. So I kind of took that aspect of it. I'm like, okay, 32 degrees. I'll give you 32 ways or 32 because it's 16 bars, in a verse. So 16 plus 16, 32. So 32. So I'm giving you 32 or 32 bars or 32 outlets of me as a person, written down as not even just what I do in my art form, but the breakdown of who I am, how I hustle, and what pushes me to do so.
Please describe your experience in hosting the Slam Open Mic Poetry Club event at NEIU here.
My experience is I love it. I've been doing it for some years now, and I do those types of events, especially the slam. I do it for the students, the people. It's like it's not a one-sided thing. We connect with everybody. It's something for somebody. It's something for the old heads. It's something for the new heads, the people in between. It's just a vibe. It's a bridge. It's something to connect and feel good, not only towards your fellow man, but towards whatever you're going through.
What do you think makes you stand out so much that establishments such as Chuckie's and Safari, Eritrean, and Ethiopian Lounge want to work with you over other artists and promoters?
Well, I can't speak for people, but for me, I think it's the fact that I have vigor, that I have drive, that I have the audacity, the tenacity to push for, like I said, what I want. And I'm gonna make it happen regardless, before I even got started with these venues and building my platform, my start for the music, really getting into the networking of it and the building of the craft and performances. I started that in college, Central State University, so got my platform in Ohio, and that was during my college time, my college years. And so once I graduated, I felt like I needed to broaden my horizon, and expand myself. So once I graduated, came home back to Chicago, and it's kind of like me starting back over with that network. So I really had to like dig deep if I wanted to get the full, knowledge and aspect of what's going on entertainment-wise in Chicago. So when I came home, I started working with Zanies. Shout out to Zanies Comedy Club. So I started working with them, as a doorman, security guard. So connected with a lot of the artists, a lot of the comedians, and because of that, I kind of, absorbed their hustle. I kind of absorbed the thought of you gotta keep building yourself and and honing your craft. And with that, it kind of gives you, like I said, it carves out a lane for you to build off of that and to use that to your advantage. And I think that's what a lot of these venues are seeing. It's something different. It's something fresh. It's something like new, especially to the scene. And because I put myself in that aspect or in that mindset, and I just started pushing towards different, open mics and, going to perform for, hole in the wall joints and stuff like that. Like any opportunity, I did it, and I kept building on that, like performing for rooms of 1 to 100, because I've done venues like pay to plays and establishing myself with like traveling promoters and stuff like that who come to Chicago or whatever venue they connect with. I connect with them, and then I build from there.
How do you plan to expand your weekly the Slam Open Mic show to Safari?
Well, I have something in the works. I'm hoping that we can connect or kind of piggyback the Slam Open Mic with some stuff that we're doing over at Safari. We're planning hopefully a college night. So shout out to all my college students, Loyola, NEIU, thank you so much, and any other college around the way, Chicago, downtown Chicago, whatever, Southside. It's a vibe. It's something that we're trying to do to, like I said, create something different in the city. Like, you just gotta find out what's going on in your own backyard.
And you want the students to be able to voice their message through art?
Not even just like voice their message through art, like just voice their message through a vibe. Like we're calling any and everybody, like I said, slam. Not even if you're a spoken word artist, R&B singer, pianist or guitar player, whatever, saxophonist, whatever is your niche to make yourself feel good in a safe but very vivacious setting, then by all means come. Like it's a network that's built for vibing, just chilling.
We had a dancer at the slam at NEIU.
Yes.
He was a regular performer. I think he graduated.
Yeah.
But what about at your outdoor venues? Do you get any dancers?
Yes, we get dancers, bands. Shout out to one singer, performer, dancer, Eli Liberty. He does this thing. Like a lot of these artists, there's a lot of artists out here who are trying to hone their craft to its full potential. Singing, dancing. So we're calling, any, like if you can express your art through dance, come check us out. This is really what we're trying to do. We're trying to take it back to the days of actual fun, not just by like on the stage, but with the people.
As a voice for artists, what do you feel is most important to you and your fellow artists? I'm actually doing a assessment of the community, and you're an important part of the community. It's for quarterly issues at WZRD, and then we get these responses and then see what the most popular responses are, the top 5, and we give those to our on-air DJs as possibilities for their quarterly issues or non-entertainment programming.
Okay, yeah, well, biggest thing is for artists is being heard. If we do have something to say and we're saying it in a way that I don't want to say is attractive, but in a way that catches your attention, then by all means, just give us the satisfaction of a few minutes. You know, a song is only 3 minutes, or some people's songs are 5 minutes or more, but you can take that time out just to listen. You know, if it's not your cup of tea, no harm done, but at least give it a shot.
What is an ideal length for a song? People's attention spans are sometimes short. So what is an ideal time?
Yeah, well, we are in the internet age, so people's attention span is, but a finger snap. But a normal song is 3 minutes. A good song is 3 minutes. But going back into the days of blues and all that stuff, a lot of songs were 12 minutes. Some songs were 10, 5. But really it's however long it takes that artist to express themselves in that particular message that they're trying to establish in that song.
What do you feel is an issue for artists that must be addressed long term?
Well, to piggyback, just being heard, it's networking with each other. A lot of artists right now, they feel, especially here in the city, like I said, it's the crab in the barrel effect. Everybody wants to be the best this, everybody wants to be the best that, and I understand that, but what are you doing to put yourself out there, and how are you connecting with your fellow artists in the same community that you're trying to bring yourself up in? It's like what steps are you taking to help build your network and keep your content alive, and what are you doing to strengthen that to make it pop?
What it sounds like to me is that what is most important is long term is for artists to work together as a team to forward the whole scene, to forward the whole vibe.
It's forging the fire of a vibe. But you got to build your network, and sometimes connecting with an artist is the best. I'm not saying connect with everybody, because every genre doesn't mix, and every artist doesn't have the same thought wave, and it's fine. But just know when you hone your craft, you basically know your target audience. But if you're that's just for people who want to stay in a certain realm. But if you're looking to get out there, if you're looking to expand yourself, you gotta know your audience. Know your audience. That's the biggest thing. Know your audience, know your craft, and be able to present it in the best way possible to make yourself look good in anything that you're doing with building yourself as an artist.
So good. What is an issue for artists that must be resolved now?
Being humble. Being humble. Honing yourself. Like I said, honing your craft, really. Just honing your craft. Knowing who you are as an artist and how you're going to establish yourself in your craft. Because, everybody, nowadays it seems like the industry just wants to kind of popcorn or microwave art nowadays, because to me it just sounds like a lot of the same old this and same old that on radio. So with the internet, with it being the internet era, it kind of gives us an outlet as independent artists to actually go a step further. It's it's good that we have the internet, but it's good to also revert back to how the game, or how the network of being an artist and establishing a network and building your crowd, it kind of has to go back a little bit. You kind of know your roots, so you can plant yourself in what you're trying to do.
Would you like to perform something live, like a cappella? Would you like to do that? I usually like to use music.
I mean, I could do something a cappella.
Yes, go,
We don't have
by
to
all
do
means.
that. We could save some beats and tracks for like shows. If I could
Yes.
do something a cappella, I
Okay.
guess I could speak to the people for a second.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. This one is just something I want to spit, I guess. Dollar signs on my mental, up before the sunrise. All eyes witness what I've been through. This the update. Heavy rain, let it fall on my window. Never miss a beat, got 'em rocking to the tempo. That's what it is, and what it's gonna be. I'm here for the city, for L in the streets. I told them, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I play for keeps. I write my own ticket. I line every sheet. Homies need to vent. That's true rhyme says. She let her way it hit. My position got a. I'm here to represent the abstract thought like Da Vinci collab with Boy Blue. Step in the booth, now I'm seeing eye to eye with the man in the moon. Tell him to get right soon and show me the light. Swear that's an underdog with a vicious bite. Back burner float just to cook up nice. Homie, I've been round. Heating up, can't simmer down because I'm around. And mom's told me a man stands for something. I got dreams but can't sleep. An open mind in depth on a blank sheet. What am I here for? To make it bigger, to be average and ordinary. Like if my story wasn't so extraordinary. If Clark Kent and Superman wasn't one, could I still be the hero that I so proclaim to be? Or let them label me, drowning in conformity. Toss myself a lifesaver, then I get up, speed up, loving the way I G'd up. Could you handle that? I play it again, maybe you should double back. I collapse and unfurl, genuine like a pearl. How I face the world, showing y'all messing with the raw man. I stand tall, crushing everybody in a single hand.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Very the lyrical.
Yes.
At WZRD, are there any events coming up that you want to mention?
Oh yeah, so we're back to NEIU for the Slam Open Mic this Thursday. So if you want to come by and just get a quick vibe, that's cool. We call it all artists. Any artist that just wants to come, it's a Slam Open Mic, so it's an open mic, free form artistry. Also, we
Every
do
Thursday.
every Thursday.
So-
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Every Thursday, hosted by yours truly. Every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. I do Facebook Live. So anybody that if I caught your ears and I caught your attention today, that's great. So do your homework. Just Google Larry the Lyrical, or check me out on YouTube, Larry the Lyrical. We also have events coming up for Safari Lounge. We have our Microphone Madness for the March Madness, vibe in March. That was March 8th, so it's kind of a performance-based competition. So we call it All Artists. You can check it out on Eventbrite. Check it out on my page. Again, Google Larry the Lyrical at LA_T_ly17. That's my Instagram. Just stay in tune with the vibe.
Thank you so much, Larry the Lyrical, for joining us at WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM.
Chit.
Oops, just
Thank you.
thank you.
Ooh, that was good. I didn't, my phone, I only caught a little bit of mine,
Oh,
so I'll still be able to do something with it. Do you think you sing it yet?